There are sports cars you dream of, and then there are sports cars that realize your dream without breaking the bank. The legacy of Z is such. 7 generations of it has stimulated and exhilarated enthusiasts from 1969 for over 55 years. It used to be the 350Z, then the 370Z, and now just the Z. In the affordable sports car category, the Nissan Z is more of the enthusiast variety. It is a proper two-seater, comes with a more powerful and bigger engine, and available in a manual gearbox and with a dynamic and volatile drive. I've driven the automatic version earlier, but then sought out the manual version from Al Masaoud Automobiles, Nissan Abu Dhabi, and it was well worth the effort. You can coax more power from this one and satisfaction every time you dig in. The long hood and the short deck is a celebration of the legacy. The profile is a throwback to the first generation Z, right from the nose to the rear. Notice the shape of this line? It's ancient, timeless coolness. The new Nissan Z comes in some awesome colors, like this orange, fantastic, right? And my earlier test drive car was in yellow, which looked great too. Now, the lights are particularly awesome. They kind of remind you of classic Porsches and Ferraris, of course, other than the Z itself. The rear combination lamps is not just about modern technology. This too is a throwback to the Z32 that reigned from 1990 to 96. 19-inch dark metallic forged alloys, and the ground clearance is around 12.5 centimeters, which tells you it's a Paka sports car and urges you to be careful about the parking stoppers. Well, this is again similar to the Porsche 718 ground clearance. Inside the cabin, it's as practical as a two-seater gets. Well, it is a two-seater, so here you probably can store a bit of your stuff, and there is a lot of storage actually in the rear, and these are pure comfort seats because you have electric adjustments right here, and heating as well. Both these seats can be heated on a, can warm you up on a long drive. The 8-inch central touchscreen has all that you need, the phone, media, radio, but nothing that the car enthusiast wouldn't be bothered with. You have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, of course. Even though this isn't a wireless charger, it's a good storage spot, and you have 2 USB ports, both A and C type. Practical comfort includes a cup holder and armrest for the driver, and you have storage right there. If there is a passenger, well, it reveals another cup holder right here. So, well, you compromise a bit with the armrest, but then you have company. There is a useful camera with guidelines, even though it is not one of those advanced multi-view Nissan cameras. As for airbags, you have front, side and curtain airbags. And there is a good music system, a Bose system of 8 speakers. So how equipped is this everyday sports car? Well, the turning radius is a convenient 11 meters, and there are fun ways to turn around, of course in the right environments, and it even has a manual handbrake. Being a sports car, there are no superfluous features in this cabin, but as an everyday driver, there's plenty to help out. Blind spot monitor, lane keep alert, rear cross traffic alert, emergency braking, cruise control. The new Nissan Z is driven by a 3-litre twin-turbo V6, good for 400 horsepower and 475 Nm of torque. Now this one has a 6-speed manual transmission with synchro rev control. No wonder the gear shifts are so smooth and seamless. The automatic gets a 9-speed transmission with GTR-inspired paddle shifters. Not bad at all. It's a rear-wheel drive coupe, so think of all those tail spins and late corners and all that. And this comes with a mechanical limited slip differential for more precision and more fun. Apart from the driver info screen, all the information that the sports car driver needs can be found on these 3 gauges. You have the turbo boost, the turbo speed, and the voltage of the battery shown in these 3 gauges. And the sound and feel of it? Well, there is surprisingly little wind noise and the sports car style expected road noise, and through which you listen to the sound of the car. On the regular mode, it sounds very much like a regular refined engine. But Make your intentions clear with an open throttle, and then you can listen to that arc, the rising, ascending, accelerating sound of the Nissan Z. Or simply shift to the sport mode. Sound of it! The Nissan Z has enough power, and the thrill of driving a sports car is in reining the power. But then it doesn't compromise on fuel economy. Well, after all these test drive stunts, I clocked 7.4 kilometers per litre. That's more than 450 kilometers per tank. What really makes the Nissan Z an everyday driver is its price. Whether you choose the manual version or the automatic transmission, the Nissan Z comes at 215,900 at Al Masaood Automobiles Abu Dhabi. Now, if you care for some exclusivity like yellow accents of the seats or the yellow brake calipers and all that, you have the Proto version too. The 7th generation Nissan Z not only carries its legacy well, but it's also the best yet.